And that'll see us through to our destination, and then we'll need someone to solder the hull and fix it properly. After 2 days on the river, the ship reaches the village of Maluku. Dozens of canoes have been waiting for weeks, filled with passengers and goods waiting to get on board. The Bemani is too big to pull up, so it slows down, and everyone tries to scramble on board as best they can. How am I meant to get through? You see I'm stuck. You can go that way, look. Hurry up, I'm not leaving without getting my stuff on board. When it left Kinshasa, the ship was already overcrowded. But amazingly, almost another 200 people managed to clamber on board. I'll make some room for you, let's not argue. Okay, let me just put my bag down and then you'll have room. Stop your bickering. Put your packages over there. There's always more of them. They keep coming. And where are they going to put the people? They'll try and get on later. Who knows? They keep telling them to climb on board, but there's no room because of those who are already here. I need to check up on everybody. Ticket check. An almost impossible task since the ship is now packed with almost 2,000 passengers. The new arrivals have melted into the mass. The crew now has to track down the illegal passengers. Only 3 people have paid here. The rest of you, out. The journey costs 40 euros, which is a month's salary in the Congo. As a result, many try and sneak a free ride. Josiane is the ship's cashier and despairs she has barely sold a ticket since the departure from Kinshasa. There are a lot of people on board. Hard to say how many. But about 2,000, maybe more. And only 36 have paid. That's all? The ship's coffers are empty. And it's a disaster for the owner, Prosper. There are some dishonest people. They scream and shout and make a fuss, but don't want to pay. They need a receipt. We're struggling to get the fares, which will get us to our final destination. And we use it to pay the crew, pay for the fuel, the parts for the engine, and all the formalities to get us to our final destination. After 5 days, the ship has only covered 400 of the 1,700 kilometers to the final destination. Nobody on board really knows when they'll finally arrive. It might be a week, 2 weeks, or even a month. It's one reason why the passengers refuse to buy a ticket. They need the cash to feed themselves. Every day, river traders climb on. Today's choices are garden vegetables, forest fruits, and fresh fish. But there is rarely enough for everyone. Hey, I'm here ahead of you. Stop pushing. Don't push. Give me 4 medium-sized fish. For a few extra Congolese francs, you can buy monkey meat, even though the animal is protected and hunting it forbidden. It's part of our culture. We've always eaten this animal. It's ours. God created it so we could eat it. So we eat it, and it's good. For those who live along the riverbanks, the ship is a godsend. Very few ever get to the city, so they barter food in return for batteries, medicine, and clothes. Some fishermen risk their lives to make a living. On the far side of the river, the Wakanda brave the rapids every day. Their unique method of fishing has been handed down over the generations. Using their bare hands, they look among the rocks for fish trapped by the currents. The fishermen dance with death and an angry river. Gilbert's family have been fishermen for generations. Without the river, he'd be nothing. But there's a price to pay. Back in '84, my older brother was killed when the current threw him against some of the rocks. His name was Kajoli. My little brother, Puma, was killed in the same way. Some fishermen dived in to try and save him, but it was too late. My brother's bodies were never found. They were swept away. That's the pain of being a fisherman. But we won't stop fishing. It's our life. So as not to have to dive in the rapids too often, the fishermen have devised a snare fashioned from wood. It works well, and the men will later share the day's catch between them. The current is very strong and dangerous. When the fish is caught in the trap, it's killed right away. When we go fishing, we sell part of what we catch, but the rest is to feed our families. The money we make from selling fish is for the women and children, so they can pay for the school. A dozen families live in the village, which has no electricity. Gilbert proudly shows off his own little family. With my first wife, we had 6 kids. I married her in '82. My second wife I married in '86, and we had 3 children. And with my third wife, who I married in '88, we had another 4. The 17 members of the clan live in this ramshackle house. Inside, there's barely any furniture apart from a bench and a chair. To me, my wives and children are like owning a big diamond. Our ancestors were the same. If you only had one wife, you'd feel bad. You need to have a second and a third wife too. Then you'll be okay. As a mark of respect for the river, the best fighters are about to slug it out. They practice kabobo, the local combat sport. It's a question of brute force and has particular meaning to the fishermen. Kabobo is a way to build up your strength and to take on the river currents. Without it, there's nothing you could do. That's why we teach Kabobo to the children. Now, don't be scared of him. Don't be scared. Be aggressive. Once you get hold of him, pull him, pull him. You need to use your legs for support. Understood? Hey.